Well, let me talk about my Ram right now. I'm having to put a fuel pump in the Ram here. I love these Rams, and I especially love this Ram. It's a beautiful vehicle. When it's washed up a little bit, it hadn't been washed in quite a while, but I got it all jacked up now because I've already removed the gas tank from it. And I got it sitting in the back here. I was waiting. Oh yeah, I was waiting on some hoses because the gas fill hole and a little vent hose that goes on it. And hey, spider, man, look at that spider. Woo! See if I can get a close up of that guy. Look at that. Woo! Look at that spider. Can you see it? I don't know if you can. I don't even know if I'm looking. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I think that's a good picture of him. Wow. That's one of them Giro spider things, I guess. My wife's scared of them. I'm not. Of course, I guess I'd get scared on them if they got on me. But I already got the tank out, and I tell you, I've looked on the YouTube videos, and I've seen guys out there. Hey, there's another spider. Boy, there's a lot of insects around here, ain't there? That looks like a little old jumping spider or something. Hope it don't jump on me. But I've seen them taking the bed off the truck. And that's the hardest thing I've done in my life, taking the bed off the truck. Not this one, but some other trucks I've had. I forget why I took the bed off, but wow, you talking about a lot of work. And then I don't know what I did was I just jacked it up pretty much where you see it here. It's just up on these stands, and let the tank down on the ground. I tied a rope on it, because it comes with two little handles on it. And I just pulled it out up out of the front here. It pulled it right on out. I mean, it really wasn't no problem at all. And I'll put it back in the same way. I'll just pull it back in there, and it'll be lighter now because it won't have any gas in it or anything. And well, it just be, actually they're easier putting in there because I've done it before on this truck. It's easier putting them in than it is taking them out. I don't know, it's lighter. It just connects right up. You ain't got to fumble around with the connections. You get that push-on gas connection and stuff like that. And I'm putting these new hoses on it, gas fill and all that. So, but I'm going to try to get it going again. Been having a little problem with the misfire and everything, but I'll deal with that because the last, this thing cut off on me one time, which is a sure indication that it is the fuel pump. And it also wouldn't crank. It turned over real fine, but simply wouldn't crank, which is also another implication of the fuel pump. Of course, you can always check your gas pressure and all that stuff. But I tell you what, when a fuel pump is going bad, it doesn't necessarily just stop. It'll stop for a time, and you're broke down on the road, but it might start running again, and then stop again. So you just got, it's a judgment call. It is. But I tell you, if you care about the vehicle you're driving and everything, you go ahead and get the pump. They're under $200, and they ain't no problem putting them in. They really ain't. I mean, I've done things. I've put in transmissions and motors, and shoot, I've done all kind of things to vehicles over the years, and that's probably about the easiest thing I ever done, is taking a gas tank out of one of these and replacing it. It just really ain't. I don't like crawling around up under the truck, and I guess it'd be easier up on the rack, but I ain't never worked on a vehicle on a rack. It's always been laying up under, but you know, so what? If you want to keep your vehicles running, you got to keep them up. And but I love this truck. It's a 2003 1500 with a 3.7 V6 in it. I put things like timing chains in it, and I think recently I put some lifters in it, and I put some, what else did I put in? I don't know, I put parts here and there. I don't really remember all of them. And now I'm going to put this pump in it where I get it cranked and try to go after that misfire, which I got this sneaking suspicion that it's a fuel injector. You know, I took the fuel injectors out and I cleaned them like one of these little old cleaning machines and everything. I don't know. Some people say that works fine. Some folks say that it don't. And maybe it don't. Maybe it's one of them just ain't working just right and it's making it misfire. So that's something I got to deal with after I get this tank back in. And let me tell you a secret. Most people know this, probably this works on these kind of Rams, at least it's 3.7. You know, if you lift up the hood and you try to work on this truck, I tell you what, man, unless you're 6'8", you got long arms, man, you're gonna have the time of your life trying to get to anything on top of that motor. I mean, it's just, you got to stretch like you Mr. Fantastic to do it. But there's something that takes about 15-20 minutes to do that will just save your day, make the job so much easier. And that is, you can take off your shroud, you know, take your little water fill thing out that's sitting in front, take it off, take your shroud out, and take your fan off of the water pump, and that gives you about a foot or so in front of that motor, and you can step over in front of that motor, and it's like working on an engine stand. I mean, it's just right there. It is, wow. I mean, it is so easy, and it don't take any time to remove those items or put them back on. It just takes no, you know, if you 15-20 minutes, just depending on how fast you are. And I'm a slow guy. I'm old and slow now. Some of you younger ones, y'all could do it in 10 minutes. And unless you're a tall guy with long arms, you're gonna have a problem. You're gonna have a problem with that, and you don't want to have no problems. Okay, I just figured I'd throw this little bit of information out there. Well, it's a great vehicle though. I love Rams. I love Rams.